You're listening to Battle of the Epics! Episode 4, Opposition in Ascendance. Howard the Duck and Back to the Future stood across from each other as the great glass elevator shot down to the main lobby. You have a cover story, right? In case we get caught? Sure, I'm Calvin Klein, suave and adventurous exchange student. Ha ha, that's cute, but I'm serious. No one is supposed to know you're here. Relax, I don't plan on getting caught for one. And for two, the doors slid open, revealing Ghostbusters. Whoa, Ghosty! It sure has been a while. Is that you? You look amazing. And you are... Becky. You didn't tell her I was coming? Apologies, dear. This is Howard, an old friend from Cult Classic Village. We share a co-star. Sure do. I suppose you'll be tagging along on our date. Date? We have a reservation at Goldfinger's. Classy. Must have slipped my mind. From the moment she entered the elevator, through the ride to the main lobby, Howard fought with every one of his senses. His eyes looked at Ghostbusters, seeing a slight flicker in her visage. Her voice was off. Not the usual Dolby tones of '84, but more recent, and what he smelled was sinister. As Ghostbusters rushed out of the glass elevator, Howard tugged on Back to the Future's cloak to gain his attention. Yes, hate to break it to you, Becky, but I didn't even have to look into her eyes. That's not your wife. It's a troll in disguise. They agreed to stay quiet on the ride to Goldfinger's. Once inside, they would corner this false Ghostbusters for more information. Unfortunately, once they entered, the doors were shut in back of them. They were confronted by a group of 7, led by a tall, pale man dressed all in black. Faux Ghostbusters cuddled up to the leader.
Nicely done.
Becky, you know this creep? The Last Jedi. He's the 8th Star Wars. Jeez, there's 8 of them now?
Sit. There's much to discuss.
I'd prefer to stay standing where I am, thank you.
By now, you may have noticed the uniqueness of everyone here.
Well, there's you and fake Ghostbusters. Then there's a fake Terminator, a fake RoboCop, a fake Total Recall, a fake Mad Max, and a lady dressed in camouflage?
She's Rogue One.
I could speak for myself.
Then do it!
Rogue One took a step back. Talk about cheap knockoffs. You're not even good enough to be called remakes.
Good eye. And for that, you can't possibly leave here.
How's that amplifier you got tucked away, Becky? I've had the power of love queued up since the limo. The fake Terminator charged forward. Hit it! The bright orange sound energy burned a hole through Terminator Genesis. Howard the Duck cranked the dial up on his amplifier. My turn. Blood-red plasma energy rings shot out of Howard's amplifier, propelling him in the air as they melted through fake Total Recall and fake RoboCop. Back to the Future cornered the fake Ghostbusters. Fake Ghostbusters jumped out of the way, but Back to the Future was quick to pivot. She was blown backwards, with half her skin torn off her face, revealing the troll underneath. What have you done to my wife? The Last Jedi emerged from the shadows.
Drained her of her energy, made a skin out of her power. The same thing we're going to do to you and your feathered friend.
The crimson red amplifier across the Last Jedi's chest had been charging getting brighter and brighter with each second. Howard and Back to the Future dropped down, hugging the ground before the beam tore a hole through the front doors of Goldfinger's. Now would be a great time to pop us out of here. I haven't been able to do that since we got back from Cult Classic Village. What? I need the real Ghostbusters. Without her, my power's diminishing. Talk about a codependent relationship. A swarm of trolls filled the restaurant, forming a dog pile upon the two cinematics. A wave of golden energy came from the outside. Hooked on a feeling. The amplified energy blew apart the trolls, allowing Howard the Duck and Back to the Future their escape. They faced their rescuer, a green-skinned woman in dark purple leather with raccoon ears, a raccoon tail, and a right appendage made of bark. Thank you, Guardians of the Galaxy. I've had my eyes on this place. It's been a week since Avengers came in and never came out. You two want to catch up or get caught? The three made it to the edge of Goldfinger's landing platform. The Sky Limo was gone, and in its place was the Milano, Guardian's aircraft. The tail entrance ramp had been left extended so they could run in, shutting it before a swarm of trolls leapt onto the sides and were immediately burned by the thrusters as it headed into the sky above Blockbuster Kingdom. We've reached the end of Battle of the Epics. But stay tuned as the adventure continues. This episode was written, voiced, and edited by Drew Manning. Intro and outro music was the song On the Run from Rise Records artist Dance Gavin Dance off their album Instant Gratification, available on all streaming platforms. Feel free to drop a line at thedrewniverse82@gmail.com, at Drew Manning on Twitter, and at Manning Drew on Instagram. And as always, here's some more!
I'm giving in this time. Temptation running wild, shutting down my